Hey guys, welcome back to the Hillside for another quick update. And check this out, guys. Yep, that's a monarch. Oh, it's flying around on my dahlias there. So I know monarchs have to nest and lay their eggs on milkweed, but I don't have any milkweed currently in my garden. But you know, they need a lot of variety just for the pollen sources. So just because you don't grow milkweed doesn't mean you can't help the monarchs along their journey with pollen sources. So yeah, look at this. They're very much always on these dahlias here. And speaking of which, just check these guys out. Step back a little bit. Yeah, I try to keep these deadheaded, which keeps them continuously blooming. I also have these echinacea here, the purple cone flowers. There's always monarchs on these daily. A couple more up here in the front. But yeah, I mean, just have a diversity of pollen sources will attract butterflies, and in particular, if you're trying to attract some monarchs, you know, that's very beneficial as well. And there you go, some native bees right here on the echinacea. Hopefully you'll be able to see that. There's some more like right here, just going to town. So yeah, guys, early about it's almost noon, so about this time of day, this area of my yard here, my front flower bed is covered in butterflies, and there's a monarch coming back to visit. If I can get close enough. There you go. Just check that out for a second. Very happy little monarch right there, guys. Yeah, but like I was saying, this is covered in bees, beneficial pollinators. This attracts wasps, which will help to eliminate pests in your garden. So yeah, just look at this. The arrows in the back there. Have the cone flowers in the front here. If you kind of pan over here to this, of course you got all the porch, you got all the pepper plants doing just fine, but check this out. Canna lilies, got some bee balm right here, which last year did not bloom. I grew it from seed, which I guess is probably normal, but this thing, depending on the time of the day, there's one right on cue. And a butterfly down there as well. This thing is always swarming with life and activity over here. And then transition over here to the front of the yard here. Got the black-eyed Susans, got some mint that's snuck in there somehow that's blooming, but there's, you know, another pollen source. Got some of these ornamental red cone flowers there, and in the front here is another yarrow, but you can't see what's down there in front. It's a bunch of primrose that's already done. It's past its blooming, which leads me to another point. Make sure you plant things that bloom in succession. So early in the spring, one of the first things that was growing and blooming up here was right here. This is all the primrose right here, which is actually now is more or less a ground cover. So whenever this was blooming, this was covered in activity while nothing else was blooming. Next, followed by the yarrow, which started to bloom, and that led to the irises over here. And now as it's transitioning into summer, we're starting to get the first of the black-eyed Susans are popping up. You know, so you guys got to think about that. And then yeah, like I mentioned, the dahlias over here, those will bloom all the way until fall. The cone flowers will bloom until fall. But just think about it, when you're trying to create a pollinator garden, or just trying to attract beneficial pollinators to your garden, to your property, you know, you need to make sure you have something blooming in succession. Always keep a fresh source of something around to keep those beneficials in your garden, around your activity, pollinating your plants. It will attract things that help clean the predators from your plants, from your garden, etc., etc. So use nature to help you with your garden. So that's just a quick tip from Dave, the Hillside Gardener. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you learned something, let me know. Leave a comment. We'll see you next time on the Hillside. Bye.